Hello everyone, my name's Kate and I'm glad to see you in the second lesson of the Unit 4, Delicious Adventures. In this lesson, we will try to answer the following questions. How can we order in a coffee shop or a restaurant? When can we use some, any, many, much, a few, or a lot of? How can we ask about quantity? And how can we make a passive sentence? Okay, now you're looking at a conversation between a customer and a waitress at a cafe. Do you think you can fill in the blanks with the correct words? Take a minute. So, the first time when the customer ordered, she said, "Can I have a glass of soda?" Can I have? For the second time, she said, "Could I have a coffee, please?" Now, this is a bit more formal than can I have, but the meaning is really the same. And for the last order, she said, "I would like milk with my coffee, please." So you can see the apostrophe D, and that's the short form for I would like. So you can use these ways to make an order in a coffee shop or a restaurant. Can I have a cup of coffee? Could I have a slice of the banana cake? Or I'd like a cheese sandwich and a tomato soup, please. Here's a challenge for you. I have 8 sentences that 8 customers said, but the words are all scrambled. Try to rearrange them back to the correct order, and the time starts now. Okay, time's up. So before I read the answer, you can do a little check yourself first. So your sentences should start with can I have, could I have, or I'd like, because they're what people say to order. Then to follow these, you will need a noun. So, do you think that you have everything in their correct place? Take another 30 seconds to check. Number 1, can I have a piece of the chocolate cake? Number 2, I'd like a cup of tea, please. Number 3, could I have a fish and chips with some salad? Number 4, I'd like a coffee with milk. Number 5, can I have 2 boiled eggs? Number 6, could I have a burger with lots of tomato sauce? Number 7, I'd like a bottle of cola. And number 8, can I have 2 sausages, please? Now, that's all for how to order food in a coffee shop or a restaurant. Let's move on to the next part of countable and uncountable nouns. Now, have a look at the pictures on my left. How many types of food and drinks can you see? Now, do you love food? I do. No food, no life, right? In the next part of the lesson, we will explore how we can talk about different amounts of food. Now, there are some types of food that we can count easily, like 2 cheesecakes, 5 tomatoes, 10 biscuits, or 4 sausages. But there are some types that we cannot count them, like bread, salt, honey, or coffee. However, there are some useful words that can stand in front of both countable and uncountable nouns that help us talk about food. And of course, other things as well. These are a few, a little, some, any, many, much, and a lot. Now, some of these words can go with uncountable nouns only. Some can go with countable, and some can go with both. Can you guess which one is which? Here they are. So number 1, quantifiers that can go with countable nouns are a few and many. Number 2, quantifiers that can go with uncountable nouns are a little and much. And finally, quantifiers that can go with both countable and uncountable nouns are some, a lot of, and any. Now, some, a lot, and any are very useful, but any is used in negative sentences and questions, while some and a lot are used in affirmative sentences. So I can say, I've bought some coffee from the supermarket, and I've bought some biscuits from the supermarket. I spent a lot of money. But I will have to say, I didn't buy any coffee from the supermarket, and I didn't buy any biscuits from the supermarket. Any in question. Did you buy any coffee from the supermarket? Or did you buy any biscuit from the supermarket? Now, I have a short exercise to help you practice this grammar point. But don't worry, there are some hints. You have 2 minutes. Good luck! Well, hello there. I'm back with the correct answers. Now, the first sentence is about tea, and it's an uncountable. It's not a question. It's not a negative sentence. So the correct answer is some. I'd like some hot tea. Now, the next one is a negative sentence, and between some and any, of course, we'll choose any. For the next sentence, a few is for countable nouns, and a little is for uncountable nouns, while biscuits are countable. So the correct answer is, there are a few biscuits on the plate. Similarly, vegetables are countable nouns, so we use a lot of. Daisy can eat a lot of vegetables for a meal. For number 5, we have a question. So between a few and any, of course it's, have you got any sugar? A few can only go with countable nouns, while sugar is an uncountable. So for number 6, the correct answer has to be, Charlie wants to add a little sugar to his coffee. For number 7, we have butter, another uncountable noun. So it needs to be, this cake was made with a lot of butter. Finally, for number 8, tomatoes are countable nouns. So between some and a little, we choose some. There are some tomatoes in the fridge. Oh, all this talk about making me hungry. Wait, I think my sister is making something in the kitchen. Let me check with her. Hey Daisy, are you making something delicious?
Yes, I'm making some chocolate cakes.
Awesome, my favorite. How many cakes will you make?
2, one for our family, one for Grandpa and Grandma Smith. Can you please help me go and buy some chocolate after you've done with your lesson?
Of course. How much chocolate do you need?
A lot. Please help me get 4 small bars of dark chocolate.
Of course, I'll do that. Right, let's do this quickly and then go shopping for chocolate. In my conversation with Daisy, I use how many and how much to ask about the quantity of cakes and chocolate. Now, of course, cakes are countable, while chocolate is uncountable. So when we ask about the number of cakes, we need to use how many. For chocolate, we use how much. I'm sure this is pretty simple for you. So let's quickly complete this exercise on using how many and how much to ask. Take a minute. Time's up. Here's the answer. I'm sure number 1, 2, 4, and 5 are quite simple and easy for you. But number 3 is a little bit tricky, right? So, tea is uncountable, while cups of tea are countable. So, if we ask about cups, we need to use how many? That was quick and easy. Let's go buy some chocolate for Daisy. Now, I'm at this cafe near my house. this cafe was opened 10 years ago. At first, only coffee and tea were served. Then, sandwiches and chocolate cake were added into the menu. Now, the best chocolate is sold here too. Now, I'll say this again. Can you notice the differences? A man opened this cafe 10 years ago. At first, the owner only served coffee and tea. Then he added sandwiches and chocolate cake to the menu. Now, he sells the best chocolate here too. These 4 pairs of sentences. Can you guess how we can make the second sentence of each pair? How to change from active voice to passive voice? Just a quick explanation. In the first sentence of each pair, we can see who did what. So in English, it's called active voice because we know the person who did the action. In the second sentence, we don't know who did the action. We only